Good morning. It's a rainy, windy day here in Sydney. Let's complete the kitchen today. It's still a little early for me to use noisy power tools. I think I'll be alright with the screwdriver, but not like the drill and the circular saw and whatnot. So firstly, I'm just going to start off with an easy job. I'm just going to put some Velcro to this remote control for the lights so that I don't lose it. This morning I went to Kmart and the hardware store and got some supplies. So I got the mixer tap. I've also got curtain and the brackets and some odds and ends here. I'll put the seat covers on because that won't make any noise. And I'll probably start on the curtain as well. I'm going to go ahead and connect up the dimmer switch to the lights at the front of the cabin, the cargo bay. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too hard, but the cables are a bit fiddly behind the barrier there, the carpet. I did end up buying the different terminal. It's called a blade terminal. So it's just a flat piece like this, and it does slot in there. So I think that's how it is supposed to go. Only problem I've noticed here is it comes further out from the container that I have it from. So I might actually mount this in the side door, like a bedside table. Yeah, so that it's hanging underneath and it's not coming out off the wall. I finished wiring up the light switch. So I'll fix up the backing for it a bit later. So you just push the button. The dimmer was off. Yeah, push the button and you can control the brightness. Hey! I finished doing the electrical run for the external lights. So yesterday I just temporarily had cables running outside the vehicle, but I have run it along the what do you call this, roof rack ledge, and then into the cable pipe. So it's going there and then it's going back to this switchboard here. So it is the last light and it comes on. This morning when I went to Kmart to look for storage boxes, I came across these. So I actually meant to get them yesterday, but I forgot to take measurements in. So I didn't know if they would actually fit, but they do. So I bought 2 of them. I'll probably get a smaller one as well for here, but in order to put those in, I need to take this panel off because they're too big to fit with the framework there. Turns out it doesn't fit. It's too tall. I'm going to need to get shorter ones. I may see if I can use this also, but if not, I'll just exchange them. So I mentioned a couple of days ago when we installed the blinds that I'm going to have a combination of blinds and curtains. So I've purchased some blackout curtains, so that should stop any light from coming in. And I've also purchased a rail thing that it goes on. So I'm just going to mount that now, and yeah, just see what the best way to do that is. It seems pretty straightforward. I just got these, I think they're called muslin holders. Yeah, anyway, the curtain rod fits in there. So I'm just going to attach these like this on either side. Cool. There you go. I'll probably get another one, to be honest, because there is still a slight gap. So if I have two, I can have excess. Yeah, I'll need to trim it down to size, obviously, but it shouldn't be too hard. It's almost midday. I think it's the stuff took a little bit longer to do than I thought, but it should be fine to start using power tools now. With the kitchen, I'm gonna get started with putting the brackets into the floor. So I'll position the kitchen and then measure out where I need to lay the brackets, and then I need to take the kitchen off to actually put the brackets in. So let's get started on that. Okay, so I have the kitchen in line where I needed to. It is a bit raised up here. I don't think that matters because the sliding rail will still fit on it. So I might just cover that up with like a trimming or something like that. Or even the front panel will probably hide that anyway. So I am going to use the painter's tape to mark the inner wood support, and then we can put in the brackets. These are the brackets that I am going to be using to secure this to the floor. They're reinforced brackets like the other ones, and I think I have enough screws for this. I might have to count it, but I'll do as best as I can. So I will put these on like so, and then screw them in like that. Yeah, it is very tedious. There's so many holes in it, but this should be strong enough to support anything. So I'm gonna get started on it. Okay, so I've just marked out all the draw points. I'm gonna need 184 screws, and I don't have that much, so I will go up to the hardware store and get some more before I start this. Actually, I've changed my mind. These rails only have 20 screws each, so I don't think I'll need 184. I will position them in, maybe I'll do a quarter of that. Yeah, let's just test it out and see how it goes. I'm gonna go with 38 screws on each of the planks. Yeah, so there's 19 holes in this, and I'll put 19 on this side, 19 here, and then 19 on this. It should be enough. finished drilling all the holes into the floor and the wood. We all know I don't have too much luck with drill bits drilling into metal. Take a guess as to how many I broke. None! I'm learning. I did not break one. I just put 4 screws in on the floor side, and I freaked out because there's this huge gap between them, and I was like, crap, I've done something wrong. But that's where the sliding brackets go. So I'm just going to test it out before I drill, before I screw all the bottom ones in. Okay, so it looks like the base is in correctly, but it's not far enough that way. I'm not, like the gap is quite significant, but I'm not going to change it. I've already drilled in and it's taken quite a while, so I will fill that with rubber. So I was halfway through drilling these in, but I've just realized, luckily now, that I need to put this on the kitchen, otherwise I won't be able to reach in the back and screw it in. The sliding rails, I'm talking about the sliding rail, sorry. I finished securing in the sliding rails and the support rail, the supporting wood. So it's all put in. It's just waiting for the kitchen to be mounted on. Before I mount that on, I need to yeah, let's just finish off the kitchen first. So I'll put the basin and what do you call it? The tap, basin and tap on, and I can worry about the paneling a bit later. This is the tap that I ended up buying. It was one of the cheaper models, but this is the only one within my price range that was tall enough to actually fit over this sink. All the others were short, or they were too big like this. So this one was pretty much the only one that I could have gotten. There were some others that were cheaper, but they didn't have the pull-out handle. So I opted for this one. So it's just a mixer tap and I can pull it out. I've somehow cut myself on a smooth basin. I have no idea how I did that. But anyway. And I also have to install the tap for the water filter. So I'll position these in ways that I can fit both of them on. Okay, so it's still not tall enough for this sink. It barely reaches it. So what I'm just gonna have to put it on the side and pull it out when I need to use it. So I'm just testing to make sure that this drill hole cutter piece is the right one. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. masking tape on, and it's made a crack in the wood. I don't have time to redo all of this, so I'm just going to sand it. It took me a little longer than I expected, mainly because one of the screwy pieces actually fell in this bit, and I had to like try and pry it out, so that did take a while. They supplied an Allen key in the box, but there's nothing that actually has an Allen key, a hex key screw, so I'm not sure what this is for. I finished putting both taps on. As I said, I can't move this because the bowl is too high, but I can just do that, which is no problem. The water filter one does move, so that's not an issue there. I think I'm ready to cut the drainage hole. So I like the position that it's in at the moment. So I think I will cut it out. So I just tried to put this drain hole in the basin, and it doesn't fit. It's too big. The box says to get this size though, and all the fittings that the plumbing underneath I got was for this size, and it took me 3 hours to get that last time. I'm gonna have to go back and get a smaller one. This is so annoying. I'm back from the hardware store. They had a similar tap, and this one actually includes the adapter that's the size of that, so hopefully I won't have to change any of the other plumbing accessories that I have. I just tested it out in the van, and it does fit the pipes that I have. Thank goodness. I've marked the area where the hole needs to be cut, and I'm just about to get started on it now. I finished making the cut, and it sits in perfectly, but I'm going to move the kitchen in the van before I put glue and seal it in and all that kind of stuff. The reason is because I don't want to leave it outside all night. I don't know if it's going to rain again or not, so I'll just put it inside and make it safe. Yeah, so let me move that across now. I've just placed it on. I don't know if I want to attach the sliding rails on just yet. Let me think about it. The fridge needs to go in anyway. But let's do a test run with the drain. So it all looks like it fits. I've attached the hose, but it all looks like it fits. So that I'm confident to go ahead with it now. So let's stick it on. Actually, I'm just gonna put the fridge in. I've already put the fridge in, but like attach the door back on and just make sure it opens and closes. So the fridge is in, and it does open and close fine. Yeah, I think I might put a securing piece of wood there, because it opens a lot more when it is on the furthest side. I'm not sure if the drains need waterproofing or not, because there's quite a few washers and like other waterproofing things on the drain thing. I don't think I've seen silicone on any bathrooms or stuff. Unfortunately, I can't check my uncle's one because he's got one that's just like one whole piece. I will check the ones at home and see if they do have waterproofing silicone around it or not. For now, I'll just do it without and test and see if it does leak. So to stick it onto the wood, I'm using this 3-in-1 adhesive sealant and gap filler. The guy at the hardware store recommended this for this type of work. Yeah, I had absolutely no idea what any of this was, so yeah, hopefully it will work. I'm pretty sure the drain itself, the fitting, will hold it in place anyway. Okay, I'm going to check the drainage situation and see if it leaks or and to make sure that it is going out to the grey water area. I don't have it plugged in, you know, in the grey water tank at the moment, but I'll see it come out. The other thing is I haven't plugged in this mixer tap just yet, because I don't have hoses for it, so I forgot to buy this. I will get some tomorrow. Let's try it with the filtered water to start with. Oh, that's the fan. I'm gonna leave it for about 10 minutes or so, just to make sure it is sealed. Actually, just to test it out, I'm just gonna put some tape. I'll put some tape on just to measure it. Okay. That is exactly on the line there. It's been about 20 minutes since I did fill the sink up with water. It hasn't gone down at all. So it looks like that is sealed. I might leave it there overnight. No, actually I won't, just in case there is. And it does spill everywhere. But while I was waiting for all that, I just plugged in the fridge to this cigarette slot, and the fridge is running, so that cigarette slot works, which is great. And the fridge works, which is great. Because, yeah, that fridge has been a pain to work around. It's going to be very necessary, but a pain to work around. So it is working. I can hear it humming. It's not very loud, but I can still hear it humming. Probably when the enclosure's in, I probably won't. But yeah, there you go. So the other test that I wanted to do was to make sure that it drains properly. I'm probably going to have to put a lot in it to start with, because it's still not cut to size yet. But let's just hope that it does work. I can hear it draining. It's just very slow to drain. Okay, so I can hear it in the pipes. I might just run the water a bit to push it through the pipes. Actually, so the other test that I wanted to do was to see how much comes out without using the pump. It's a trickle. Actually, it's not. It stopped. Yeah. Okay. So I thought the siphon would push out water. It does every now and then. It's more just like dripping. Okay, let's test out the piping. Okay, so it has come out the other side. So there you go. Excellent. So I am happy with the way that the plumbing system has worked. Tomorrow morning I will go buy the connector cables so I can plug the mixer tap in, and I will also get some wood to start on the bed frame. I also had a thought regarding the hot water system. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh, I see a leak. Okay, I can see where it's coming from. I think some plumber's tape will fix that. Yeah, so it's the space between the two couplings, so the one that came with this drain and the one that I previously bought as well. So plumber's tape should fix that. There's a minute gap there. I just found out why it was leaking. It's because the washer, I didn't put it back on. Okay, I'm calling it quits for tonight. It's almost 8 o'clock. So we did get quite a bit done today. Not as much as I was hoping, but it is enough. Tomorrow I will stop by Kmart first to get the containers for the cabinetry in the kitchen, and I'll go to a hardware store and pick up some wood and stuff. I was thinking, because my deadline is in 2 days, I might actually just cheat with the cabinetry. Cabinetry would take up a lot of time to make. I may do that. I still don't know yet. We'll see how we go with the bed. I still also need to fix things like this. So the side door has had nothing done to it yet. Actually, tomorrow when I'm at the hardware store, I might pick up some silver wrap, and I've still got some planks from the walls, which I was saving for this. So yeah, actually let's do that tomorrow. Hopefully it won't take too long. Yeah, let's give it a go. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. So in the morning, I'll try and get here as early as I can. It is a weekday, so I think I should be fine to start using power tools at 9ish, 8ish, 9ish. So hopefully we can get a better start than this morning. I know that the neighbours were had some family over yesterday, which is why I didn't want to disturb them this morning, because they were kind of dusty, which they told me. So yeah, so hopefully we can get a bit more done tomorrow. I also still need to finish off the cabin, but that is something I could do while I am traveling. Yeah, so I may leave that till later, because the plasti dip is just spray, so I can do that on the road. But yeah, let's hope for the best. I still need to finish off the kitchen as well. Yeah, I need to put a base shelf on there, and also the side paneling. Oh, I had a thought yesterday. That's right, last night. So I was thinking about the hot water system, and I think I will mount it on the side. So I had ideas to put more bench space there so that I could lift it up like this and then extend the kitchen. But I had another idea of how I could do that, and that's to use bench space as the actual door. So if I got another piece like this and put it this way, and then I could lift it up like this and it would extend the kitchen, which I could use for benchtop. So I may do that actually. Actually, you know what? That other piece of wood that oh no. Does that have a hole? I'll check in on it after I've finished here. But I might be able to use that spare piece of wood to make the extra bench space. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I will double check with the plumbing tomorrow as well. I might just leave it all day Oh, that's right. I need to get the pipes for the water system. Yeah, so I will stop off at Kmart and Bunnings and yeah, pick up those things. Oh, right. I also have this light that I need to mount. Yeah. This is. Can I? Oh, I don't know if I can do it on the road because I might need power tools to mount the brackets. Hmm. I will check this out as well. So yeah, so we've got 2, maybe 3 days. That is pushing it. 3 days is pushing it. Yeah, so hopefully we can get the bed done tomorrow. Yeah. Kitchen. Yeah, I need to get hot water, LPG tank as well. Yeah, cool. Alright, so we kind of have a plan, rambling plan. But yeah, let's do what we always do and hope for the best. And we'll get started bright and early tomorrow. Once again, thank you so much for joining me here. Cheers.